Hi, I have a few minutes today while I'm recharging my Roomba, so I thought I would do a quick video. I've been extremely busy, as you can imagine, getting ready for my move, so I thought I would jump on here and give you an update. I did a long, really funny one in my car the other day, and I'm just thinking it's just kind of stupid instead of funny. So, scratch that. Here we go. I promised you, I think in the last video, I should have looked back to see what even my last video was. I don't even remember, but was he in an airport? Anyway, I don't remember. So, but I do know I mentioned this book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, The Japanese Art of Decluttering and Organizing by Marie Kondo. You've seen this book everywhere. I'm sure other people have talked about it, but I thought I told you I would give you my spin on it and tell you what I thought of it as well. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to update you on this book, Keep Calm and Carry On, that I got on one of my Be Happy days. And I thought I'd update you on the move. First, the move. I have made a huge decision. I have decided, I got my estimates from 3 different moving companies of me packing, of them partially packing, and of them doing a whole house pack. I have come, by getting careful estimates for all 3 ways, I've come to realize that it just doesn't cost very much more to have your whole house packed. I got estimates of doing all of my pictures, like my big pictures, and when you have your house partially packed, it costs more per box than just the flat rate of the whole house. I mean, yeah, then that does per box, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to go for it and have them pack the whole house. There's many reasons for that, but the main reason is I just went through my parents' move where they decided to pack, and it was over more than a nightmare. It was horrible. So I'm not going to do that. I don't want to live through that again. I don't want to put anyone I know through that. No one's going to be here to help me anyway. So I just decided, you know what? Just do it. It wasn't that much more. I mean, you'd be shocked if I told you. It's like $1,000 more for them to pack it than for them to just do my pictures, than to do my whole house. Oh my gosh. Second reason I'm going to do it is my sanity and the fact that I cannot stand to live in chaos. I have to have my house clean before I go to bed at night, picked up, not clean, but pretty much picked up. I couldn't live in the boxes every day by myself here. I would just get overwhelmed. I know I would. And just the physicality of bringing each box in, taping it, filling it, paper, taping it shut, labeling it, then shoving it somewhere out of the way. No. Every time I went to my parents' house over the last 2 weeks of them getting ready to move from here, I just almost was physically ill. That's how much that kind of chaos, I can't deal with it. And it did take a toll on everyone, I will say. It took a toll, but it's over now, thank the Lord. Although let me say, there's many boxes in their garage right now that they have no idea what's in them because we don't even remember packing them. Anyway, all right. So that's an exciting thing for me to tell you that I have made what I think is probably one of the best decisions I've made in a long time. And that is to just let it go and live in peace until the day before the loader comes. They come in for one day. They pack you up, but they leave your beds up and beds made. And then the next morning they pack your beds, they load the truck, and by that night you're done. So you're only going to be living in the boxes one night. So I just think that's just fantastic. So I'm excited about that. All right. Sorry about that. Back to this book. The Japanese art, the life-changing magic of tidying up. This has been life-changing. I have been using this method for my decluttering. I cannot tell you, even though I'm big on decluttering. I've done a couple videos when I did my big closet upstairs. That's actually an attic, but it's all finished out and carpeted. I did that closet. I've done my master closet, my personal closet in my master bedroom online. I've done a lot of other organizing videos. So I'm really big on decluttering anyway. But this took it to another level. One question in this book will change your life. When you pick up an item, for instance, let's say this book, The Not Book of Wedding List. When I pick up this book and I think to myself, am I going to move this? Am I going to give it away? Or am I going to try to sell it? You ask yourself this question: does this item spark joy? Well, right now it absolutely sparks joy because I'm using it all the time. It will go with me to Houston. But in 6 months, when the wedding is done, if I picked up this same item and I say, does this item spark joy? The answer is going to be no. Get rid of it. You don't need it anymore. Your second daughter has now been married. So, but you do that with everything. And I, especially with clothes. Now, I've only done 2 things. I've done clothing and I've done my books. Absolutely, you go through it like this. There's no second guessing because you're using a gut reaction versus what we normally use in our heads, at least in America, because we are so consumer crazy, is maybe I'll use this someday. I need to repair this and then I'll wear it. I paid a lot of money for this and I never wore it. I can't get rid of it. I paid a lot of money for this and I only wore it twice. I can't get rid of it. My mother gave this to me. My grandmother gave this to me. My best friend gave this to me. All these questions you ask and say to yourself when you pick up an item to decide whether you're going to keep it or not. And you will keep so much more if that's the question, if those are the things going through your mind, because you're trying to justify either keeping it or getting rid of it. And sometimes you just need to get rid of it. And sometimes you just need to keep it. But you need to be quicker than that. And that is asking you the question, does this spark joy? I don't care if you paid $100 for that blazer. If you don't wear it because it fits funny or it doesn't button right or the shoulders don't look good, the sleeves are too long, get rid of it. The $100 is gone. It's never coming back. But the second part of what she asks you to do, when she says to you, ask yourself the question, does this spark joy? You also need to know that whatever item you're holding has probably served its purpose. And that was an amazing aha moment for me. Like this book. When I picked this book up in a year or 6 months, and I think, well, I paid, I don't even know it, $12.99. That was Canadian. I don't know why you Canadians have to pay more. All our books have 2 prices. I think that's terrible. Anyway, $12.99. I paid $12.99 for this book. But when I pick it up in 6 months, I'm going to say, does this spark joy? No. Well, but I paid money for it at the bookstore. But has it served its purpose? It absolutely served its purpose. It's going. Does that make sense? It will make so much sense if you use this method to get rid of things, to go through things. Not necessarily, don't think of it to get rid of, but think of it as going through things and only keeping what you love. I'm trying so very hard to only bring with me things into my new home that I love, okay? Now, there will be a few things I'm bringing where I'm not sure, only because we're downsizing. The space is totally different. I'm going from 3 living areas to 1, and it's not very big. So I don't know what's going to fit exactly right. Like that chair back there. I adore that chair. It's so comfy. If you saw it from the side, it has a lot of style, but it's kind of large, so I'm not sure if it's going to really work in my new living area, okay? So, and my coffee table. I love that coffee table, but I have a smaller coffee table too, and I'm really torn. Do I take both? Because I'm not 100% if this, that's hard. But I'm very aware when I'm doing that. I don't do that very often. I don't very often say, maybe this will work. Usually I say, this is probably just not going to work. The other thing is that my mover, when she came, the one I chose, when she came and went through the house with me to do, what all I'm taking and everything, and she was inventorying everything, there's a dresser upstairs, and then there's a table in my room. And the dresser's not going, but the table probably is going. But now that I think about it, I don't think it's going to fit in my new master bedroom. But the thing that she said to me, she goes, well, it seems like your tastes have kind of changed. She could tell in my house that I had my old taste and my new taste. I haven't gotten rid of everything that's my old taste. Just her saying that made me think, you know what? That table is going. That's by my bed. Even though it's a good table, the drawers are nice, it's going to be too long, so it's going to make the king size bed off center between the two windows. Do you really think I can live with something off center? There's no way. I have to have balance and symmetry in every room. So I'm just not free like that, like my sister-in-law, my mother are. Anyway, yeah, so that table's going, I've decided. So even though I'm going to have to buy a new one, that table does not spark joy. It's old. It's of an old style that I don't like anymore. Okay? Enough said. Get the book, get the book, get the book. This is a library book. I didn't buy it. I checked it out because I didn't think I would want to keep it. But actually now I'm thinking, now what did she say about blah, blah, blah? So anyway, I've only done my books and my clothing, but I can tell you right now, I'm going to go through my kitchen again. Oh, tip time. Like I said, I want to only move things into my new home that I love and that I'm actually going to use. So I went through my bathroom today, under my sink and my two junk drawer, bathroom drawers. Okay. I went through them. Oh my goodness. I had already gone through them a couple of months ago. I still had a garbage bag full of stuff that came out of there that I'm really not using. I'm really not going to use it. I condensed some things. My under the bathroom sink looks so pretty. Everything is in containers. My drawers, everything's in containers so that when I move, they can pick it up and put it in the box. And then when I unpack, I can pick it up and put it in the drawer. I measured my drawer depths and everything at the new house. I actually think I have more storage in the new house. Even though it's so much smaller, there's more drawers and there's more closets. Except Scott and I, oh my gosh, my biggest fear, we're going down to one closet. That's another book. The reason this book has been fantastic is we're going to be sharing a closet again, but you should see how many clothes I have now. I mean, listen, it's almost scary because I told my husband to go through his clothes and get rid of everything he doesn't wear. And you know what he said? He goes, but if I do that, I won't have anything left. I said, well, if you're not wearing it anyway, why are we taking it with us? We'll just get you a few new things. When you think about getting rid of 75% of what you don't wear anyway, or getting rid of 75% of your clothes, you're probably only wearing that 25% anyway. And if you get really paranoid, go buy yourself 2 or 3 blouses and be done with it. You're good. You're all good. I don't know. I think we have a super big problem in this country with overabundance, self-gratification, buying too many things. That's why I love my designer handbags. That's why I love my new Louis Vuitton scarf. I got rid of about 6 scarves of that silky kind. I never wore them. Now I have one that I absolutely love. That is so much more important to me than quantity. It's quality over quantity. And my purses too. I've gotten rid of so many purses because you know what? I only carry about 4 of them and they're all my really good purses. Paid a lot of money for them, but I counted today what my oldest Louis Vuitton's 8 years old. It still looks fantastic. I've never kept a purse for 8 years that I carried on a consistent basis. Does that make sense? So anyway, awesome book. I highly recommend it along with everybody else. It's great. I really, you need to go get it and read it if you're into it. If you're into decluttering or just having a more peaceful, joyful life. I think the less things in it, the better. Second book. I bought this on one of my Happy Day videos in May. Keep Calm and Carry On. Little ways to keep calm and carry on. 20 lessons for managing worry, anxiety, and fear. I have a problem. What is that thing when you have AA? My name is so-and-so and I have a problem. My name is Terry and I have a problem. It's worry, anxiety, and fear. I can figure out something bad about anything you tell me. Anything you tell me. If you tell me that this thing happened in your life, I'm going to be sure, oh my gosh, that's going to happen in my life. If your child has a problem with that, oh my gosh, that's going to happen. Oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. It's probably happening now, and I'm living all kind of horrid things that haven't even happened yet. So it's bad. Okay. But this book was really, really good. And just one of the takeaways I'll tell you, but this book was on clearance at Barnes and Noble. You know, they have the greatest area of bargain books, I think they're called, bargain books, discount books, and this was like $4.99. It was great. It's a great little buy. But one thing that it tells you about, and it really resonated with me, don't magnify the importance of your, well, I can't find where it is, but let me suffice it to say, when a thought goes, and this is just a freebie here, when a thought goes across your head, you know, a thought, you can either grab it or you can let it go. I grab them all and work them until it's happening to me and my children and my grandchildren and my parents and da 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 da. Okay, I'm working on it. Yeah, but when a thought goes by, you can either grab it or you can let it go. You don't have to take every thought you have and analyze it. I know, it's mind-boggling. Just because a thought came in your head doesn't make it real. Doesn't mean, ooh, did God send me? That's what I always think. Is this God sending me this message? Or is it something else? Who is it? Is it me? Is it my own brain? I don't know half the time. It's really awful. And there's probably some reason I'm like this, and I don't even want to know what it is. But what I've decided to do, and I've been doing this for like a week now, and it's really kind of funny. When a bad thought, like a disastrous thought, or what if a what if thought that's not good comes across, it's never, what if I win $1 million? That's never my what ifs. It's always something, what if I go bankrupt and have to live in a tent under the freeway over on Westheimer in Houston. I mean, that's kind of thoughts I have. Okay, when it goes by, don't take it on. Don't let it land on you. So all of my bad thoughts, guess what I'm picturing now? As soon as they start flying by, I picture the flying monkeys from The Wizard of Oz. Now, you probably remember those as a child, if you're my age or any age really, because they were quite terrifying. And just the thought of a monkey, like with its claws, let's call them something worse, talons. I don't know if that's what they are, but does a monkey even have claws? I don't even know. Anyway, these monkeys had claws. So I Googled a picture, a close-up of one of the flying monkeys. Now, as a kid, you know, you're kind of like this about the flying monkeys. You don't really look at them. And, you know, our TVs were snowy anyway back then. So, okay, go look at a close-up of the actual monkeys in the movie. Oh, my gosh, they were hideous. They're way worse than I remember. So I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to print off a picture of one of the flying monkeys that I found on Google. But if you picture that thought, the bad thought, the horrible thought, the scary thought as one of those flying monkeys, do you really want him perching on your back? Kind of like a gargoyle perching there, living with you? Is this the kind of people you want in your life? Are these the kind of things that you want? A flying, horrible, hideous monkey? No, you don't. Because what were the monkeys doing? They were doing the witches' deeds, right? Let's all know what that is. It's just not good. You don't want those thoughts to land on you and get attached to you and stay there. So that's just my thought for the day. Think of your negative thoughts, your negative emotions, your bad, scary things that have not happened as flying monkeys. And I bet you that visual might work for you, or whatever you could think of that might work for you more. Just think of it like that, and it might help you out a lot. Okay, that's it for this crazy video today. I don't know when I'll do another one. I have no idea. My schedule is insane, but I will check back with you when I can.